Hey, hi, and hello. I'm Troy the Art Boy, and today I'm going to be designing yet another unconfirmed experiment from Lilo and Stitch, the series. Before I get into this, at the end of the movie Leroy and Stitch, there's a long list of each Lilo and Stitch experiment's name, along with their corresponding number. I've been pulling from that official list for this project, and I will continue to do so moving forward. From there, I brainstorm on the function and sometimes on the design itself with a friend of mine over on Instagram. Their account's name is Lilo's Library. Without them, I'm not sure this project would be possible, so thank you. A quick rundown of how all of Jumbo's creations are organized for those of you who might not know. Numbers 000 through 099, those are going to be the household helpers. They're designed to kind of make Jumbo's life a little bit easier. Numbers 100 through 199 were the civic disturbances. 200 through 299 are categorized as being the technological and scientific experiments. 300 through 399 are the psychological experiments. 400 through 499 are the militaristic experiments. 500 through 599 are the elemental manipulators. And lastly, experiments 600 onward, those would all be the doomsday experiments. Given both the name and the number, I can get to work. Today, I will be drawing experiment 011 named Inkstain. When you hear the word ink, where does your mind immediately go? Maybe think of a pen or tattoos? For me, the image my brain conjures up is a squid. I hate the ocean. Well, no, maybe okay, so that might be a little too far. I just have a deep primal fear of it. For as far back as I can remember, I've had nightmares of sharks, whales, and dolphins, orcas in particular. I get chills every time I hear one of their clicks and whistles. They sound like squeaky toys, and quite frankly, I'm sick and tired of it. Don't get me wrong, these animals are majestic creatures and they deserve to be protected and not stuffed into fish tanks at SeaWorld for crowds to just gawk at. They should be protected just far away from me. Lilo and Stitch the series was kind enough to give me a few octopus or squid like experiments to pull design aspects from. The obvious one being experiment 501, Yin. But there are others, like experiment 489, named Huggo, and experiment 544, Thresher. The last one might be a stretch, but I'm going to make it work. Each of the designs here are incredibly different. One is bipedal, and rather than having proper tentacles, they have these sort of round ball things. Another one, Huggo, looks like the giant octopus from the second Peter Pan movie. They have long, stringy tentacles, and they don't have a means of walking upright like their counterparts here. And the last one, which is my personal favorite, starts off as a squid but almost morphs into an octopus after they absorb enough water. I like the hose-like appendages from Yin a lot, and that inspired me while working on Inkstain. Funny enough, my other big influence here was Splody Head. He's not exactly a squid or an octopus, but I love the cannon that he has sort of smack dab in the middle of his face. And I thought it would be fun to try and do something similar to that here. Like I say in the top of just about every video, the 500 series of experiments are my absolute favorites. Maybe that's because I grew up watching Avatar The Last Airbender, so elemental manipulation is something that I've always been a fan of. Or maybe there's something simple about their functions by and large. Yang has volcanoes on his back, and he shoots lava. Yin sips up water and then spits it out. Slushy is a living icicle that freezes everything he comes in contact with. It's simple, quick, easy, honest, in a way. I wanted to do something equally as direct with Inkstain's function, but I am getting ahead of myself. I did want to take some time to answer two questions I've been getting for the past few months now, since I first started doing this project. I have been asked whether or not I really plan on drawing every unconfirmed experiment, and if so, then why I plan on doing that. My short answer is, well, yeah, I do plan on drawing each and every one of the unconfirmed experiments. At least that's the goal, and I'm really hoping to be able to rise to the occasion. My answer to the second part is, look, this is going to take me years to complete from start to finish. I think this might take me 5 years of my life. Um, and I'm under no illusion that it's going to be easy, but I don't know. As a kid, I watched and then I rewatched and then I watched again the Lilo and Stitch movies and in the show. I look up experiments nonstop, along with fan art as well. But with the fan art, there was never enough for me. I'd go number to number and see which designs I could find for each cousin, but there's just so many missing. I was pretty poor growing up. We couldn't always afford paper for me to draw on, so I used to steal handfuls of napkins from church on Sundays so that I could have something to draw on. I just had so many ideas. I would sketch both Lilo and Stitch experiments and Fakemon alike with whatever broken down crayons and worn down pencils I could get my hands on, which were usually also stolen from church. For a time, I even slept with a loose leaf sheet of paper um, next to my bed just in case I woke up in the middle of the night with a good idea. I was so scared I'd lose my vision before I was able to locate the materials I needed. So I would just keep it there, and I would wake up in the middle of the night, and I would draw these little creatures, and yeah, I mean, I think that is sort of part of what led me to where I am now today. As you can imagine, I'm sure I've never attempted a project of this magnitude before, but it's important to me. I want to prove to myself that I can stick with something for this long. I want to have something to look back on and be proud of, something that little 8-year-old me would have been proud of too. And I think I'm doing that here. Even more than that, though, I want other young kids and, yes, adults who might be just as enthralled with this franchise as I am to be able to do what I did and go one by one through all 620 something Lilo and Stitch experiments in hopes to see what every character looks like. Obviously, what I'm doing isn't actually canon, but 8-year-old me wouldn't have cared, and neither does 27-year-old me, if I'm being honest. I want what I do to bring a smile to people's faces, and who knows? Maybe I will inspire someone else to make fan art of my fan art. God, that would be so cool. Or maybe someone else will see what I'm doing and just decide to draw their own versions of all 620 something experiments. I'd love to see it. I'd love to bring more of a focus to a brand that I love so much. And I feel like a brand that hasn't really gotten that much attention from Disney over the last, what, like 15 years. And here he is. Gemma would have created Inkstain to be something of a test subject for experiment 010, Felix. The idea was to see if Inkstain could create a mess that even Felix couldn't clean up. They shoot a thick ink like fluid from the spout on their head. And a little fun fact about our friend here, they have something of a crush on experiment 501 Yin, although it doesn't seem like she shares his affections. The episode title he debuts in is I'm Not Cleaning That Up. And the episode would have Mrs. Edmonds submitting her daughter, Myrtle, for a local modeling gig in which she'll be marketing homegrown Perry's pineapple juice. Will the newly activated cephalopod like experiment ruin her chances at stardom? Meanwhile, Lilo and Stitch find themselves stuck between a rock and a hard place. And Inkstain's one true place would be helping an elementary school with their arts and crafts program. Turns out, Inkstain is quite the little artist. Let me know what you guys think. One other thing, the person who's been working with me on this project used to work with another artist who basically helped do the exact same thing that I am currently doing, but they never finished. If you've spent any time looking up unconfirmed Lilo and Stitch experiments online, I'm sure you've seen their work. Their name is Sketch Lampoon, and I'm bringing them up because I've been playing a fun game where I look up an earlier popular fan design after I finished my own. It's amazing how two people can have such different interpretation for the exact same prompt. The Lilo and Stitch fan art community is also just really small, so I love to just spread the love and bring attention to these other creators whenever I get the chance. So here they are. I think it's a lot of fun, and it resembles Felix so much, which is also a lot of fun. I imagine they were designed to kind of go together. Um, I guess we did have a similar thing in making both 011 and 010 connect in some kind of way. And yeah, I love it. 20 out of 10. If you enjoyed this video, or honestly, even if you didn't, be sure to like and subscribe. I'm still very new to the whole YouTube thing, and I've also just started a Patreon. At time of recording, I believe I have one subscriber over there, and I'm just so appreciative. Thank you so much. You will have early access to some of my upcoming videos, as well as discounted pricing at everything on my Etsy. I have a lot of stickers over there if you guys wanted to go check those out. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I know I've already mentioned them a bunch in this video, but please go check out Lilo's library over on Instagram. I have so many of my other designs uploaded over there, along with just so much more. And you might as well, I guess, follow me too while you're over on Instagram at Troy the Art Boy. And thank you so much for watching, and you will see me in the next one. Bye.